Welcome back, guys, to Storm Games, and this is the first edition of Fallout 4 Mod Central. Today we are going to go over a few mods. First, I want to go over a mod that I've been looking for forever. I was hoping somebody would make it, and that is a radio station mod. This mod's called Silent Radios and Pipboy Radio Stations. For those of you who like to post your gameplay on YouTube, you know that if you walk by a radio in Fallout 4, or...
I don't know if Kellogg was the kind of guy to take notes, but there's a lot of old computer terminals here.
Shush. Or if you happen to, you know, have your Pip-Boy's radio station turned on, people like to copyright claim that crap. And if you notice, I don't have a part 2 up because I'm still working on getting that music removed from that episode. So I found this mod. You can see the radio's on. Nothing's playing. And if we go into the radio here, let's do nothing.
Okay, so
See, now we get this is the beauty about it.
It's safe to
We'll
say
get to listen to the guy talk.
The Brotherhood of Steel is going to be
The
sticking around.
DJ, when he talks in the radio stations, we'll hear that,
or a dirigible.
but we will not hear the music that plays
Anyway, the floating ship in the air
between him talking.
that's arrived.
I don't think we get anything in the recruitment beacon. And the classic radio is off. I'm not going to pick up any of those. But just to show you here, I believe there's another radio over here. Let me turn that off.
What I wouldn't give for a good stiff drink.
There's a radio in here somewhere. Yep, see? It's off. Turn it on. We get nothing. And what's nice about this is if you're like traveling through Boston here and say, you know, we've never been to Sanctuary and we run, you know, we're traveling through and that radio in there is on and we're walking by, we're going to hear the radio come from that room. If it's on, we're going to hear the music. Very faint. And that's all it takes for YouTube YouTube copyright to pick it up and somebody to claim it. So all this does is turn that off. Simple as that. You can have them on. Like I said, you'll get the DJ, at least the Diamond City DJ. You'll get him talking, but you won't actually get the music. So that's real nice. And again, the mod's called Silent Radios. Okay, so this next mod is called Enhanced Blood Textures. This mod does just that. It enhances the blood textures. I'm gonna kind of go massacre on this nice little settlement here. Just for demonstration purposes, there's a nice little kitty cat here I can kill. But we're going to start with this guy and just kind of show you what the textures are.
Someone help!
See all the blood there. There you go. Good ones. makes it a little bit more funner than the vanilla, really. Enhances it so it looks more realistic. There's another person here. Don't run. Don't run. As you can see, the bullet holes, the amount of blood is just so much more than the vanilla. Now the only flaw I see to this, let's see if I can open the gate here, is some of the textures seem to have this 90-degree angle to them. I'm not sure what that's all about, but for the most part you get this kind of splatter. The bullet holes are nice. There you go. Way better than you vanilla. So there you go, guys. Nice little low impact texture mod that makes the game a little bit more fun, I guess, if you want to be twisted about it. So this mod is called Full Dialogue. It is the #1 running mod right now on Nexus, and I understand why. I mean, this game, when you talk to somebody, just to give you a couple examples here, this is with the mod turned off. So this is vanilla.
Hey,
Do something for you?
Let's talk to it.
Nick.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Alright, so no real sure answer here. Something wrong, okay, later, ask away. We're gonna go with okay.
Don't let me bother you.
Okay, ask.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
This is a good one. You're not sure which one, like if you're trying to be sarcastic, you can't tell that if there's one being that's actually a sarcastic answer. In this case, I do know which one's the sarcastic answer, so we're gonna choose.
I don't know, Nick. My family's in tatters. I've been dropped into this place where everything's trying to kill me. You tell me.
Well, I'd expect you to feel lost, scared, and mad as hell. I sure did. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Okay, and here's another good example. You don't know what you're really talking about here. You want to ask about the broken mask. You want to ask about the CPG massacre. Bigots? Like, what's that supposed to mean? Yeah, he was talking
What?
about
Did I say something?
the people not liking synth, so you assume that's what that's going. What he's going to talk about if you click
Why
on
would
that.
you want to live among bigots like that?
Now, I couldn't really blame them, given the circumstances. But folks sure started turning the other cheek when I showed up with the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
All right, so that's the regular dialogue for Nick's backstory. Let's call that. Now let's show you what full dialogue actually does.
Hey, Valentine.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Okay, ask.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
So as you can see, the dialogue is presented to you in a slightly different way with the numbers. Instead of just saying okay,
Would love to know your thoughts on the matter.
It actually tells you exactly what you're going to say. Okay, ask. And the initial dialogue said, you know, talk, trade, that sort of thing. So it's really simple to choose what you want to say. Now remember, in the first time, I
Nothing
couldn't
to say
figure
on the subject?
You couldn't see what the sarcastic option was, or if there was a sarcastic option. Say your character wants to be sarcastic. Well, on the original vanilla, his option was, "It's horrible." Now that doesn't sound like it doesn't necessarily sound like
Don't let me bother you.
Doesn't necessarily sound like a sarcastic option. And here you can actually
Giving me the silent
you
treatment,
can actually
huh?
see. I don't know, Nick. My family is in tatters. I've been dropped into this place where everything is trying to kill me. You tell me. Obviously, that's the sarcastic answer.
I don't know, Nick. My family's in tatters. I've been dropped into this place where everything's trying to kill me. You tell me.
Well, I'd expect you to feel
So instead
lost,
of saying,
scared, and mad
just
as
saying
hell.
it's horrible, it actually
I sure
shows you
did.
the full dialogue.
Took me a long damn
So
time
you
to
can
get a
help
feel
you,
for this
it helps
place.
you make better decisions
Thank
for your
goodness
character.
I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth.
Now, if you
Of course,
remember,
when I took up there
the
back
vanilla-
when, people were just as scared of the Institute
his
as
next
they are
option
now.
that we chose
Maybe
was
more.
bigots.
The massacre of the
all it
CPG
said.
was still pretty
Bigots.
fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty
So
of
it gives
people
us
assumed I
this
was just
time.
a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
See, now it's still the same third option, only it actually listed as 3, and it says, "Why would you live among bigots like that?" When before it just said bigots.
Why would you want to live among bigots like that?
Now, I couldn't really blame them, given the circumstances. But folks sure started turning the other cheek when I showed up with the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
So there you go. I mean, it's self-explanatory, gives you the full dialogue. Now, if you're the kind of person that wants, you know, the less immersion where, you know, you're guessing on what you're going to say, then I'd stick with the vanilla. But if you're the kind of person who wants to know exactly what you're going to say to make an informed
Anybody
decision
still in there?
on how your decision, because your decisions affect not only how your companions and other people react to you, but it affects the outcome of the game as well in certain cases. So to have the full dialogue in front of you actually makes sense. So guys, let me know what you think below.
What? Did I say something?
Let me know what you think below. And I'd be interested to know what you guys think of these mods. Again, just a rundown. Silent radios. Turns off all the radios in
Not much for conversation today, are you?
Fallout 4 in Boston. So there's no stumbling across radios in the background. And that's for you YouTubers that like to YouTube. Helps prevent that copyright protection crap. We also had
Giving me the silent treatment, huh?
enhanced blood, which is nice. It's nice because, you know, you get more immersion there. You get the blood on the screen, the blood all over the ground. A little bit more immersion there, and it makes it really fun.
Love to
during
know your thoughts on the matter.
Massacres. It really looks like a massacre at that point. And then the full dialogue. You actually get to choose what you want. What you want your character to actually say, rather than kind of guess what he's going to say. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment below if you like what you've seen here. In the
Don't let me bother
description
you.
below, I'll have all the links to these mods, and thanks for watching.